Hi everyone, it is Monday, August the 17th. The two questions for today are, first, who is your favorite teacher or coach and why? And what have they taught you that is still with you today? The second question is, who would you most like to have a drink with that is no longer alive? So we'll tackle the teacher first. My absolute favorite teacher was my fourth grade teacher. Her name is Leslie Thyberg. I went to a private school here in Pittsburgh called Falk back then, and she was my teacher. And it's been a long time since fourth grade, so the general impressions that I remember is how kind she was, how nurturing she was, how loving she was. She might have been my fourth and fifth grade teacher, because I remember she was my teacher when my grandfather died, and she has always made me feel like she cared about me and that she loved me and all her students. Secondly, she opened my eyes to different things to read. She would read to us, and the thing that stands out about what she read to us the most was the poetry of Shel Silverstein. And these were just like crazy, silly poems that kids enjoy with drawings that go along with them. And I just remember really enjoying those poems, even though a lot of times they didn't make sense. I enjoyed reading them. So much so, in fact, that I bought my son Shel Silverstein books when he was younger. Of course, he didn't take to them as much as I did, but I still had to get them for him. In fact, I might go find that book and keep it for myself, because I know he doesn't really care about it. So yes, Miss Leslie Thyberg was my favorite teacher. She is still alive, and she's a Facebook friend of mine, and she also has the same birthday as my mom. So she has to be an awesome lady. I think I'll tag her so she knows I talked about her. Next question is, who would you like to have a drink with that is no longer alive? My first thought was my grandfather, but there would be really not having a drink. That would be like chocolate milk or Mountain Dew. Those are his favorite things. But my grandfather was a brilliant man, especially as far as the Bible is concerned. And I would really love to talk to him about the Bible now that I'm an adult, and see what he has taught me is, well, he could have taught me so much more, I believe. So I just feel like I'd love to talk to him about that. But the main person that I think I really want to have a drink with is my oldest friend. Her name was Nicole, and she died almost 6 years ago. We had been friends since we were 5 years old, and she died of breast cancer when we were 38. It's still really tough for me to dwell on thinking about her for too long, because I will break down. I mean, I do think about her, but I let those thoughts pass really quick. She was the kind of friend who, since we had known each other so long, she knew me inside and out. I never had to, I don't put on fronts anyway, but I really never had to put on a front with her. We were the kind of friends that we might not talk for a couple weeks, a month, but when we did talk, it was like nothing had changed. She was just the closest friend I ever had, and that was a deep loss for me, really deep. And so there are so many things. Every time I experience something new, when I got married or when I moved into a new place, I would always think what she would do if she were there, because she was a very domestic person, a person who liked to host parties and cook and plan events. And I am so not that person. And I kind of like lived for her to do those things for me. And that's not the only thing about her I miss, but I'd be talking on this video all day if I were to talk about her. But I would love just one more time to sit down with her like we did when we were kids, put grape Kool-Aid in mugs, pretend we're drinking coffee, and pretend we had kids, except for the fact we can't pretend we have kids. She left behind 3 beautiful children who are my godchildren. That's how I consider them. One is officially my godchild, but all of them are my babies, and I truly do love them like they were my own. And I was there when each one of them was born. I mean, not in the room, but I was at the hospital fairly quickly after she had them. I used to babysit them all the time when they were younger, and now they're pretty much, the first 2 are in their 20s. The oldest one is married with 3 boys of her own. The youngest one just graduated from high school, and I'm just so very proud of them, and I know that their mother would be too. And so now I'm going to stop talking about her before I have a breakdown, because I truly miss her friendship. I have not found another friend like her. All your friends are different, and there's no one that could ever take her place. So let's move on. What I did today was I got up. I told you guys I was teaching Vacation Bible School. I had the teen class. The theme this year is Jesus the superhero, and today's lesson was about Joseph and about how, if you read Genesis 30, I think it's Genesis 37, if you read about Joseph and how God favored him and how he rose to a high stature in Egypt, and how his master's wife accused him of raping her, even though she was the one chasing after him, and he refused. He got thrown into prison, but all through that, God took care of him. He had a really high stature in his master's house, and when he went to the prison, they put him in charge of all the prisoners because he had God's favor. And he had his favor because he lived his life in obedience and to bring glory to God. So I was trying to get across to the kids that God does take care of his own, and if you live your life to please him, if you live your life in a way that you stand out because you please him, he definitely brings you favor. And I can see that in my own life also, because I've always been kind of an outcast, but I really don't care. I stick to what I believe, and I say what I believe, and if you don't like me, that's your problem, because I would rather please God than please men. It is extremely hot today. It's almost 7 o'clock. It's still 88 degrees. The humidity is horrible. But I had to get this video done, because if I waited till I got home, I'd be sleepy and mad. So I decided to do it. Today's lip color is, of course, NYX Cosmetics, because I just love that stuff. Espresso lip liner and a lip gloss called Chestnut. So if you guys like a lip liner, get the to an Ulta or a CVS and get it for yourself. And so I think that's all I have for today. I'm going to hang out with my best friend in a few minutes, I don't know, an hour or so when she calls, because this is her only off day. Well, she had Sunday and Monday off, but we didn't hang out yesterday. So this is her only off day for the rest of the week, and I don't want my vacation to go past without spending time with my best friend. Her name is also Nicole. This Nicole, the Nicole that died, and I were all good friends. We all went to high school together, so we all know each other very well. So they were just two very different Nicoles, that's all. I like to say I have, all my friends were named Nicole, pretty much, my close friends, and the name is all they share. They're just very different, but they all are my friends, and they all are important parts of my life. So I think I'm done. I swore there was something else I wanted to talk about, but I'm old and I can't remember, so I will think about it, maybe bring it to you tomorrow. And I'm going back in the house. As you can see, this is a different change of scenery. I'm at my mama's house with central air, so I'm about to let you guys go so I can go back in and enjoy it. Thanks for watching. Please comment, like, subscribe, and share the video, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.